Afternoon, Battlefielders. How you guys doing today? My name is Pwn. If you don't know who I am, you should probably stay a little while. Kick your pants off, have some fun. So, I started thinking about this, and this has been a very, very heavy, important, hype talk kind of thing going around in the YouTube community, the competitive scene and stuff like this. But Battlefield is trying to make the attempt at making competitive gameplay a little bit more of a possibility for the Battlefield crowd. There have always been CEVO and tournaments and little leagues and stuff like that, but those are usually plagued by people that hack and have issues and are usually just dominated by one or two good teams, mainly because the popularity of that yet is not out there. I have seen some pub players that should definitely be competitive players, that are better than me, and they should just be dominating the competitive scene, but they just know nothing about it. They haven't been taught about it. There's no teams to watch. It's not very promoted, if you will. So people just do not know of its existence, do not know and have not experienced a competitive match, and do not know what it does to you, what it makes you do and become better as a player, to understand things a little bit more, and it amps your gameplay up. I remember the first time I went and played competitive, and I started getting a real challenge. I started, these guys were killing me, and I'm like, oh, this isn't even right. And I'm not used to fighting other people that are on my skill level or better, and it makes you push, it makes you have these goals. But after doing that, I started implementing some of those tactics and some of those things that I learned just from getting my ass beat into my pubbing game, and I noticed that my actual pubbing game got better just from my experience in competitive. So how do we get Battlefield to become competitive? There's a few different humps, a few different, I guess, drawbacks and handicaps, and I think that's basically going to come down to a few different things. Battlefield stands out amongst the crowd because it has explosives, levolution, and above all, vehicles. Now, the complication with this is to get this mainstream, to get this big and popular, it's going to be really hard to do. Above all, we're talking 64-man conquest, right? That's what you would think would be really, really cool to see. It's really hard to get 32 men to work together as a team. I mean, you could separate them in between individual squads. That can work together, but it'll be hard to communicate with whoever's controlling A point and G point. You know what I mean? It's just really kind of hard to do that. And above all, you got 64-man. Think of the main stage at any event. You've got 10 people on a stage, and they take up the whole damn stage. They have their rigs, the tables, and everything like that. How do you fit 64 Battlefielders on one big-ass stage? How do you cover that visually? I mean, 64 different tiny monitors up. It would be very, very difficult to capture what Battlefield truly is in Conquest. So what I think they're doing is bringing in more focus and attention to smaller player count-based game types like Domination, and that's why I think they implemented Diffuse into the game. So be it that those game types really do not have the explosives and stuff like that, and I played some scrims last night, which is what you're watching on your screen right now. There are a couple, I guess, competitive players, a couple casual players, and there's something that I want to actually do with you guys as viewers that we could start doing together, and I want you to stay throughout the entire video to understand what I'm talking about and to get involved and to get the hype. But how do we get Battlefield, a game that we love, usually, when it's working, how do we get the game to prepare and perform and have the audience that we have? And the reason why that you see just one or two top teams in the competitive scene, if you guys know them, you could probably mention the two top teams right now, or the top 3 or 4 teams or something like that. And it's not because they're the best in the world, it's because there's not too much publicity behind, esports for Battlefield or before the competitive scene. I mean, there are lots of pub guys that I play with that would probably just tear apart me and some of these other pro players like it's nothing, but they just do not know that there's, it even exists. So how do you bring awareness of something that should deserve it, but there isn't any? A couple ways would be to contact YouTubers to get events together. Things like the old Project PTFO. Even way back in the day, there was a thing that we had together when all the big YouTubers would get together and they would randomize teams, and we would all just play each other. I'd take a half hour to set up strategies, and we'd play the maps out and have fun. And every one of us would post up our own perspective of the gameplay, and it would be really, really cool. So how do we get awareness for something like this and to show that it's the next level? It's something to do. I'm level 110, and I'm like, maybe I should get into competitive. There's nothing else to do. I want to push myself. I want to keep trying to obtain, better skills and new ideas and tactics. And I'm like, let's get more competitive with things. Now, I'm not talking directly for my gameplays. I may do listen-ins and stuff like that. If that's what you guys want to have, I could do those occasionally. But how do we make Battlefield more popular? Obviously, I think 64-man conquest is out of the way. I mean, hoping that the main stage is the ultimate end-game goal, That's just not going to be something that we can start doing anytime soon. So they have events. What they can do right now to spread awareness is to start having tournaments and events and stuff like that. I've been preparing my own personal website through Weebly and stuff like this, and I wanted to set up a type of a website or / forums or something like this to have a community to come together and start doing pickup games. I used to play a game called America's Army way back in the day. This is when they used to use MIRC and stuff like that. There was the ability to have actual running chat rooms and, full running forums and stuff like that. So you're like, anyone up for a pickup game? And then there'd be like 20 people saying yes, but you can only have 10 people playing. So it's set up so there'd be 2 people captains, and they'd actually be able to pick people bit by bit. You could do that. You could have your own team scrim each other. So I wanted to set up forums or something like that to give the average player a chance to play with pro players, to appreciate it a little bit more, to learn something, and to unite the community a little bit more. That's one thing I think we can do to branch it out. Eventually I can start holding tournaments and have prizes and stuff like that. So I was wanting to run this by you guys to think, and to have you guys think, what would it take as a casual player? What would it take for you to appreciate and start getting a little bit more involved in the pro scene? What would it take for you to start understanding it? And I think the first step is to try to play it. Once you play it and you understand what it really is, you will appreciate it. I mean, it feels, when you play competitive, you feel like this is how Battlefield should be played. Like, that's the feeling I get. When I play it, I want to keep playing it. I don't even want to pub anymore. And it's something about competitive. People actually giving you a run for your money. It's not a bunch of crayon eaters running around the map just, nah, SUAV. No, it's not any of that. And that's what they actually sound like, by the way. But seriously, it's all about tactics. It's about gunplay. It's communication, peeking corners and stuff like that, controlling the map. And most of the stuff's, you couldn't use. Like in the game we're playing right here, you couldn't have shotguns, were banned, no explosives. So basically all there were spawn beacons, health packs, ammo packs, and defibrillators are basically the only things allowed, and you had your standard guns. So it was a very, very fun experience. I want to do more of it, and I wanted to share that with you guys and get some of you that may be involved or want to be involved to do that. So spread the word. If you or your friends think you're hot shit and you want to try yourself up against some pros, you want to play and maybe teach some casual guys, or just all around try to push yourself and enhance your skills, this could be something that we could do together. And that's something that I think Battlefield needs. You can't have an audience for something unless you spread awareness for it. And that's just one thing that we have to do. So what I'm asking you guys to do is tell me what it would take to gain your interest in competitive playing. And above that, what would it take to get you to get involved in it? If you have any other ideas or anything you want to add to this, leave a comment down below. I'm really, really looking forward to what you have to say. I promised that I would make a commentary on it. I think they're doing a really, really good job at bringing in diffuse and domination. At first, I was like, domination. I'm like, that's, somebody told me let's scrim last night, and then they told me they're playing domination. I'm like, oh, this is going to suck. It was so much fucking fun. I had so much fun. I played a couple hours of it. It was a blast. And it brought something different. So there are game types that could be played 5v5 and stuff like that. And I think that's the way to go for competitive. I mean, that's how you make it mainstream. That's how you make it popular. And I know Conquest is what Battlefield's known for, and people want the explosions and stuff. And that's a very, very essential part to the popularity of Battlefield. But I think it's something that has to sit on the sideline until there's a little bit more awareness on just the standard gaming behind Battlefield for like the infantry stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. I really am appreciating your feedback. This is one of the ones I really want you guys to leave a comment and tell me what you guys think. But above all, hopefully you guys have a good day. I would recommend you guys to follow me on Twitter or Facebook, or stay tuned to, find other stuff. Because I will, if this all goes well and you guys are okay with the idea, I will create a forums or something like that where we can all get together and start doing this. I have a 100-man TeamSpeak that is fully equipped for us to do this. So if we have that thing full at all times and we just wanted to scrim, whenever somebody wants to scrim, I'll set up the TeamSpeak and maybe even a couple others if time permits itself. We'll get a couple servers up and running, and we can fuel that by donations or money earned from the website or anything like that. So I'm being hopeful for this. I can start getting prizes from sponsors and stuff like that. So this could turn out to be a really fun event. There could be pickups. There can be competitive. You can actually create and find your own team. It should be a really, really unique experience. So if you guys are down to do this, and it seems like it may be something you may want to participate in, again, follow me on Twitter. Stay tuned to the videos to know exactly when the stuff launches and everything like that. And leave a comment above all to let me know what you guys think. So thank you guys for watching. Also, this is day number 8 on the 25 days of Christmas. If you guys want to enter, just say down below, say, Pwn, I want a present, and hopefully you can win something today. But I do want to thank you guys for all the support as of late. If we keep growing at this rate, actually, if you guys keep mashing the support and the like and the comments and sharing and everything, we could actually hit 100,000 subscribers. Mathematically, it's estimated to hit 100,000 subscribers by like the end of the year, like give or take a day or two. So if we keep cracking this out, I'm excited about the growth. I'm so thankful for all the support. And this is just one more thing that we could do together to keep growing and do things as a community to bring a little bit more awareness to the competitive scene. So thank you guys. Have fun. Stay moist. And hopefully we can get this together, guys. Tell me what you think. Peace out. Get it.